A Father's Love, Episode 32, The Alumni Association. Dad was flipping through some architectural drawings on his computer. At times, he would open pictures of buildings with damaged roofs, walls with peeled paint, broken furniture inside and ceilings torn apart. Some occasions, he would be on the phone chatting on a conference call about raising funds. Is Dad starting a construction company? I thought to myself. Suddenly, Dad laughed out so loud, which disconnected my thinking. I rushed to Dad. Are you okay? I signaled. There are some nuts on this call cracking me up. Dad nodded his head in pity as he managed to control his laughter. Who are those? They're my classmates from high school, Dad said. My eyes became wide open. Really? I stressed the enunciation. How did you manage to keep in touch with your classmates from high school? A couple of people started the group and others joined as they became aware. I happened to stumble upon them online. Are you working on starting a construction company with them? No. Why? Dad's facial expression changed to confused. I saw all the architectural drawings and pictures of rundown buildings. Oh, okay. Dad's facial expression became sad. We're working on a project. You don't seem happy with the project, I accused Dad. I'm excited about the project but sad about the circumstances in which we are doing it. What circumstances? I grabbed a chair and sat down. We are repairing the buildings due to lack of maintenance, and we even had to hire teachers to pay from our own contributions. Isn't that something the government should be doing? Dad opened his mouth in rage but didn't say a word. He breathed heavily as he tried to calm down. I would normally ask him if he's okay proceeding with the discussion, but not going to let him off the hook this time. This is the government's job. Unfortunately, the government wasn't doing its job. Since I graduated from school 25 years ago, there has been no maintenance done. Chairs are all broken, ceilings damaged, windows damaged. Wait, Dad, I think you're exaggerating this. Where would students sit when there's no chair, and how are they protected from the weather with no window? Dad closed his eyes and didn't say anything for about 2 minutes. He eventually looked at me. Students had to sit on the ground and endure the elements. I focused on Dad, expecting him to say just kidding, but he didn't. Why does this even matter? A child that's educated makes the world a better place. When a child is not educated, he or she becomes a burden to the world, especially in this connected world. I heard that there are international organizations that can assist with things like this. International organizations are providing aid, but most of it usually goes to the leaders' coffers. I slumped after being encouraged that my idea could help and then discovered no way there. The leaders responsible for stealing money meant for public infrastructure have children in these schools. Why would they do that to their children? Most of them have their children in private schools or send their children to schools in a country with a good educational system. Then the public should vote out the bad leaders during the election. The elections get rigged or the leaders just pay people to vote for them. I shook my head in pity. What can I do to help Dad? Spread the word as we're trying to raise funds. It's hard for our association to keep up having to pay teachers' salaries and having maintenance done on the buildings. How much can be donated? Any amount is fine. How can donations be made? The best donation that could be made is for the countries that these corrupt politicians rely on for personal help to stop helping and encourage the corrupt politicians to fix their own system. In what sense? These corrupt politicians send their children to school in other countries, they get their medicals done in other countries. These other countries need to legislate against corrupt politicians. Dad, you're speaking to the sky. How can an average Joe like me help? Forward this video to your government representatives in all levels and petition them to legislate against corrupt politicians who rely on foreign help for their personal needs when they could fix their own system.